Hey everyone, it is I, the Axolotl Queen, and welcome to Portal. Also, if you hear any noises that are interesting and weird, that is my cat. I tried to record earlier, the recording didn't work, and so now I have missed the window in which my cat is asleep. So if you hear any cat things, or if the cat interrupts the game, then the cat interrupts the game. So this recording may have amounts of cat in it. Before we get into that, just a reminder that I do have a Patreon that you can subscribe to, and if that's not your cup of tea, you could buy me a Ko-fi. And also, if you like the video, please subscribe. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into Portal. Okay, we're waking up. You. Go in the toilet. Everything is flying around and breaking, just as it must be. Okay, there was a IV holder thingy here in the loading screen, and now it's gone.
Hello,
oh,
and
hi.
Again. Welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center.
Hello.
We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one.
Well, it hasn't because of this,
has been
so.
processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
My
Before
specimen.
we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all enrichment center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from Turn back. The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
So please refrain from touching thanks for many thanks? Thank you for many thanks? I don't know, man. Alright, first test in this test chamber. I'm gonna do it. Oop, I did it.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing each test. First, however, note the incandescent particle field across the exit.
I have noted
this
it.
Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the Aperture Science Weighted Storage Cube.
So is it grid or grill? Because it sounds like grill whenever people say it. And it's also subtitled as grill, I think, in other points. But, I don't know, man.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt Aperture Science Heavy Duty Super Colliding Super Button.
That is a name. That is a name. That's certain. Yeah, that's a name for a button.
Perfect. Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
Yeah, I'm confused as to what this stain is. Also, I think this test is different in Portal 2. I think they do it differently, but yeah, I'm confused as to what these stains are, because there's these stains all over the facility, and they don't look like blood stains or like old blood stains. It looks to me a bit more like water damage. I don't know, it looks like some kind of damage from some kind of fluid.
You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill, which may, in
See, it says it's grill in this one.
emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth.
Okay. Also, apparently, it can emancipate the ear tubes inside of your head. But, but that's kind of like the weird thing is that,
Very good.
it said grill.
You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid, even partially. Most importantly, under no circumstances should you...
So I shouldn't do whatever that is under any circumstances. I guess what I shouldn't do is be a robot lady talking about stuff that you shouldn't do or put near the operational end of the device. I guess I need to be a robot lady talking about that and not zipped out of talking. I guess that's what I need to do. I guess that's what that last thing is. But yeah, sometimes it says grid, sometimes it says grill. Does it just have two names? I don't know. It is what it is. Alright.
Please proceed to the chamber lock. Mind the gap.
Oh, thank you for the UK flashbacks.
To ensure the safe performance
From
of
when
all authorized activities, do not destroy
Okay.
vital testing apparatus.
But I just
Well
don't.
done. Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have her tested.
I'm sure it is, but yeah, no, it's like this is just some kind of. It doesn't look like a blood stain. It doesn't look like an old blood stain to me. It could be. I don't know. I'm just, for my own sanity, I'm just not going to wonder about the stains. It's some kind of miscellaneous fluid stain. That's all we need to know about it. I really hope that my cat is not obscuring the frame right now, because he's kind of obscuring my view. You're kind of obscuring my view, cat. No. He was like, he decided to put his paw on the keyboard. No, you are not. You are not the player of game here. I am the player of game here, cat. Silly
Welcome
creature.
to test chamber 4.
Silly
You're
creature.
doing quite well.
Silly creature.
For your own safety, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
I will destroy as much vital testing apparatus as I deem necessary. I don't know why I didn't just put it on the wall. That just is a lot easier.
Once again, excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
Thank you. Kind of doubt that. See, you're saying I'm not going to be monitored for the next test chamber. But I'm greeted right out the gate with a security camera, so...
Certain objects may be vital to your success. Do not destroy testing apparatus.
And then you talk about destroying testing apparatus, so I'm kind of getting the,
Vital testing apparatus
the
destroyed.
idea that I might actually, and this is crazy, that I might actually be being monitored. Even though you said that you wouldn't. So, I don't know what to think here. I don't know what to think in this situation. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to thunk. To thunk or to think. That is some kind of question. It's definitely a question that can be asked, I think.
As part of a required test protocol, our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2...
Yeah, see, I kind of picked up on that, given that there are, just given that there are cameras there, which is a device used for, monitoring. I'm kind of guessing that I was being monitored.
While safety is one of many Enrichment Center goals,
I'm sure
the
it is.
Aperture Science high-energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful.
You see, vaporization is actually a disability because
Unbelievable.
it disables your
Subject name here.
ability
Must be the
to
pride
physically
of-
exist.
Subject hometown here.
I don't think I am the pride of my hometown. I'm definitely not the biggest disappointment of my hometown, I think, that's for sure, but the pride? Nah, not the pride, but definitely not the biggest disappointment. So, we have
Warning
that.
devices are required on all mobile equipment.
Okay.
However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate the high-energy pellet and have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure that's going to help with my safety a lot. Maybe not having such volatile materials to test with would
Now
help.
use the Aperture Science unstationary scaffold to reach the chamber lock.
Oh, that's still so trippy. Also, I love the ridiculously long names for things that are kind of pointless. Like, it's literally just a moving platform, but it's just like, oh, this is so weird. It's so weird because, like, because I feel like for the most part, like, it's so weird to see yourself through portals. And I feel like that's because, I mean, obviously, this kind of is a bit of a moot point, because what I was thinking of saying is like, I mean, it's not like a mirror or like watching a video of yourself where it's a flat two-dimensional, it's like on a flat two-dimensional surface, even though you reflect in it as a 3D object. And this is a, you know, being a screen, this is a flat two-dimensional surface. However, I feel like there is a bit of a difference, because when you're playing a game, you're kind of operating as if you are in a 3D space, and so to see yourself in the portals is very odd.
For failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record,
really?
followed by death. Good luck.
Yeah, I hate it when I hate getting an unsatisfactory mark on my testing record. That's like I can't imagine a fate worse than that. Can't imagine a face Can't imagine a fate worse than getting an unsatisfactory mark on my testing record. Like, death, get out of here. I mean, there's worse things that could happen. Like, again, an unsatisfactory mark on your testing record. Who would want that? I mean, death is permanent, sure, but you know that mark on your testing record, that unsatisfactory mark.
Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience.
Like that unsatisfactory mark on your testing record. You know, that's what people are gonna remember you for. That's what, you know, that's gonna, you know.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible.
You know,
make no attempt to solve it.
Because as permanent as death is, you will never have the same.
Fantastic. You remain resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
I'm just really good at that. But yeah, as I was saying, death might be permanent, but the unsatisfactory mark on your testing record will be remembered forever. That's what people will remember you for. They're gonna look at your testing record and they're gonna be like, wow, that person, they got an unsatisfactory mark on their testing record. Shameful, shameful. And that's what they're gonna remember you for.
Hello again.
Hello.
To reiterate, previous one. Momentum.
She's very excited to talk about the properties of momentum for some reason.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Don't know why. Whee!
Spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
I keep hearing. Oh, there, I got that radio. I'm thinking of a different radio. I feel like
momentum, a function of mass and velocity, is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is, like, I kind of wonder if this rule applies to. So there's a character in the show called Generator Rex whose power is basically portal. Her powers is just making portals. Though there's definitely not as many limits to her portal abilities as there are here. But I do wonder if that is kind of like a similar principle, like if like velocity and stuff is not affected by that character's portals. I also feel like Generator Rex is like the perfect opportunity to make jokes and references about Portal, but they just don't do it. Because they have a robot lady and they have a person whose power is portals. You could easily put in like a tiny little joke about Cake with the robot lady, or you could have like the infinite portal loop with the portal person.
The Enrichment Center promises to always provide a safe testing environment. In dangerous testing environments, the Enrichment Center promises to always provide useful advice. For instance, the floor here will kill you. Try to avoid it.
I feel like, I mean, that is, you know, arguably that is useful advice. But I don't think there's much of a floor here, as much as there is toxic raw sewage. Which, you know, I don't know, I was never taught that counted as a floor, but I could just be, you know, super wrong, super uninformed about what counts as a floor. But I am fairly certain that a floor needs to be solid to be considered a floor, for some reason. Thank you. Whoa, exciting music. Exciting music. I'm so excited.
The device has been modified so that it can
Whoa.
manufacture two linked
button.
portals at once. As part of an optional test protocol, we are pleased to present an amusing fact.
Oh, an amusing
The
fact.
device is now more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in.
Subject hometown here.
Huh. I'm not sure how much that would be. But that is a line that could mean many things. Because depending on whoever is playing this game, they could live in like a city, they could live in like a town with like maybe less than 200 people. You don't know. Like if you're from New York City and that's like where your hometown was, the combined incomes and organ costs would be phenomenal, to say the least.
Fling yourself.
Fling myself.
Fling into space.
Fling into space? I think space is in the second game though. I think you're mixing up your Portal games. GLaDOS, are you even a real fan of Portal if you're gonna be mixing up your games like that? Space is in Portal 2, GLaDOS. SMH. Fake fan right here. Fake fan, can't believe this. There's a radio in here. And I don't know where it is. Nobody tell me. Alright. Test chamber 13. Yippee!
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very, very long time.
Oh, that is true.
If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass
that's
out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline. Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
What even is peptic salve? I know what adrenaline is. I am incredibly aware of what adrenaline is. But peptic salve, what is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up later because I would like to know
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
what the hell that means. Because this is not something that I know what the hell it means. Boop. Okay. Boop. 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 That was the wrong. We're just going to ignore that. We're going to pretend that that didn't happen. We're going to pretend that was not a thing. That was a thing that happened. We're gonna pretend that it didn't happen. Didn't happen. You know, there's no way. I didn't even use that portal. There's no way that it could ever have happened. Oh gosh. Oh, this is precarious. Okay, never mind. Not as precarious as I once imagined.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we
Okay.
can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna be missed. You know, judging by the end credit song of the next game, I am guessing that I am going to be incredibly missed. Incredibly missed.
All subjects intending to handle high-energy gamma-leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues.
Okay.
No further compliance information is required or will be provided, and you are an excellent test subject.
Oh, thank you. So glad to know, like, that there are those regulatory compliance issues, applicable regulatory compliance issues. But, you know, I'm so happy that despite all that despite everything, I'm just the greatest test subject who ever lived. You know, ignore the title of my first Portal video. You know, ignore that. Obviously, I am realizing that I have done a thing called mess up my own test strategy. So, you know, disregard everything I have ever said ever, because in my little tiny boost of ego, I forgot the thing that I do to make this test infinitely easier to solve. That I do pretty much every time. And I'm not like just being like, oh, I swear I do this, or I do put an orange portal there every time and then go across the river of extremely toxic sewage. And then, yeah, it's just easier to solve that way. Because I feel like it's easier to get across this than it is to...
Very, very good. A complimentary victory lift has been activated in the main chamber.
Oh, hell yeah! Complimentary victory lift. It's probably gonna have all the bells and whistles ever. And it's not just going to be a simple platform that goes only like about as tall as I am upwards. It's probably not gonna be that. Probably not. Anyway, let's go. Let's go in the elevator. That complimentary victory lift sure does. I feel so victorious with my complimentary victory lift, everyone. It's great. Anyway.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants.
Oh, nice.
Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
Cake and grief counseling.
Helping us help you help us all.
Cake and grief counseling? You've got to be kidding me. I mean, like, cake. Cake is one thing. But you're telling me that I also get grief counseling?
Vital testing
That is all I've ever wanted in my entire life. Is that combination of cake and grief counseling.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
I have never wanted anything more in my life than those two things in like the same thing. Like, you guys have no idea how much I've wanted both of those things in the same thing. That's awesome. Okay, orange for there. I'm getting distracted by my cat. Yeah? What is it? What do you want? Do you want faucet? Hang on, let me turn on the faucet for my son. What do you want? You want something? Sorry, my cat just wanted something. Yeah, okay, that's what I was doing. Yeah! Awesome. Oh wait, no, I keep forgetting I should do orange there and then blue for whatever I'm needing to shoot. I feel like it's just easier. This one is a little bit tricky. This one took me a while, I think, the first time I played Portal, to figure it out, because you do have to, like, get that portal on that wall kind of perfect, and then it has to go off and, like, the most, like, it has to kind of be perfect. Yeah, nope, that was bad timing. I almost fell into the death pit, to the evil death water, evil toxic sewage grossness. Okay, I haven't really found a way to do this faster where I don't end up becoming enveloped by the raw sewage, which is annoying. I'd like to find a faster way to get to the other side of that, but unfortunately I haven't, and the unstationary scaffolds, because of their unstationary nature, yeah, it's just, I don't know why I haven't been able to find a quicker way to do that. But it is what it is. Oh, is that blood? Was that red bits under there? I've never noticed those red bits under there before. I'm also gonna have to figure out how to get that later. I'm not gonna do that on camera though. I don't feel like doing that on camera. Because if I do it on camera, then I have a lot more to edit. And that's not gonna be fun for me. Go on, hurry. You can do it. Yes!
You can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science
I can?
Self-Esteem Fund for Girls.
Like
It's
blood.
true.
Wait, that's interesting. If that is blood, because that implies that people have gotten crushed under there before. That's cool. Also glad that I can donate one or all of my vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls. I'm sure that that's what, I mean, if anything, if it's what Invader Zim taught me, it's that the more organs you have, the more cool you are. That was my biggest takeaway from Invader Zim, is that if you have more organs than everybody else, then
Due
you're
to
just...
mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable.
Huh.
It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
I mean, be the military android you want to see in the world, am I right?
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Just be the military android you want to see in the world. Lol. Okay, and then what I can do is I can do that. Why did the... It's kind of annoying that the
Vital testing apparatus
that
destroyed.
it is kind of annoying to me that the subtitles don't match up for the turrets, but I don't know how they can. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay, it worked. Awesome. You don't blame me. That's so nice of you. I'm so glad you don't blame me. I think I would cry if you did, honestly. There we go. And we can just use this. And we can also investigate. Okay, the cake is a lie, lots of stuff. Hello, can I help you? That's a turret. That's a lot of days. That is a circle. A trusted friend in science. It is always kind of funny to me that I feel like... Oh, help. I feel like in Portal, and I think even more so. So just in the Portal games, kind of in general, I think more so in Portal 2 because there's more dialogue in Portal 2. Beans? The beans! Anyway, because there's like more dialogue in Portal 2, there's more lines. But it is interesting to me, it is interesting to me that they use science as like an adjective, but in a way that science is not often used as an adjective.
Please put me down.
Like, science, the way they use science somehow feels like it's simultaneously an adjective and a noun. And I don't know how else to describe how they use the word science other than that. And it's very comedic, of course, but it is kind of interesting to me how those terms and stuff are used. Yep, I'm dead. Okay, and then what I can do here. Let's try to do this. Yep. Yippee!
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Yeah, that's good to know, you know. Android hell as opposed to Christian hell.
Oh man, what the hell?
Yeah, literally.
You know, Christian hell, generation loss, and I guess the Bible. But like, you know.
The vital apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in 3, 2, 1.
But it is good to
This weighted companion cube will accompany you through the test chamber. Please take care of it.
it is good to recognize the differences between Android hell and Christian hell. People do confuse the two sometimes, so it is important. It is important to
The symptoms most commonly produced by Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Okay. Well, I'm shocked that Enrichment Center testing would lead to such things as hallucinations and all that. I was like, super interesting. I kind of, I wonder why. It's almost like, oh no. It's almost like you're alone for an indeterminate amount of time in a building with no one to talk to except for
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
a robot lady that wants to kill you. So I have no clue as to why this would be. Oh, hello. She's watching you. Beep. Yeah, that's what a security camera is for. Something about the apparatus vent will deliver on it. Will I can't read that. I think this is like crossed out and stuff. I can't really read that. Superstition. There's no R. No, wait, there's an R right there. So superstitions, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. I'm not hallucinating, you are. The commanding cube would never desert me. Desert. So long. Cake. Haha, cake, a lie. The companion cube would never lie. I'm guessing that this doesn't do anything anymore. That says never. Cubes over people's faces. Our founder. A lot of hearts. Lots of hearts. I mean, those are on the companion cube, so it makes sense. Where are you? I will find you. That just says companion cube. You said to take care of it. You can't. You wouldn't let me. I should disregard your advice. Leave me alone. Stop watching. I mean, yeah, honestly. Though Earth and man are gone, I thought the cube would last forever. I was wrong. Well, I mean, nothing lasts forever in this life, so. This is just kind of giving me flashbacks to the teasers for Generation Loss, honestly. This picture right here. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The cube had food inside, maybe ammo. Find... I don't know what that says. The cube having food inside it is... I mean, if Matrick Pathu is correct on his supposition that the companion cube is people, the cube had food inside, maybe ammo, is concerning. My mind is jumping straight to cannibalism. Cannibalism of a corpse, you know, a bullet-ridden corpse. Not in cruelty, not in wrath. The Reaper came today. An angel visited this gray path and took the cube away. Okay. Beans! So, that guy's totally not crazy. Oh, kitty. Cat, what do you... What? What are your words? What do you speak? Oh, really? Okay. Say hello. Say hello to everyone. He's just talkative right now, I think. He's just being a little silly.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak.
Okay, thank you.
In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice.
Ah, okay. I will, you know, make sure to do that. I'll make sure to disregard its advice. Let's go get that second laser. That second laser that can cause such disabilities as vaporization. Yay. Yippee. Alright, Cube, it's time for us to go. Time for us to go on our wondrous quest. It's probably a better place. Is that... Yep, that's probably a better place. To go and put the cube. Oh, this cube is messed up. Alright. Now I want to also put this in the emergency intelligence incinerator. Because I think it would be funny. I hate it when that happens. Sometimes I miss that jump for some reason, and I don't know why. Boop. Oh yeah, by the way, just so you know, there is an achievement you can get if you find all these radios there. So what those radios are was part of the, I guess, marketing behind Portal 2. So before Portal 2 was announced, they updated it and they put all of those radios in they put all those radios there. And then what those radios do, and then there's all those, you know, those signals that you kind of were hearing from that one. Why do I keep missing the damn jumps? Stop missing the damn jumps. I've played this game before. I should not be missing the jumps like this. Okay. I have a mouth, but I cannot scream because I live in a place with other people, and I have to be considerate. I have to be considerate and quiet and kind for other people that live in this house. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to do this. Hello. I don't know why I'm
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck.
killing people.
However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator.
So, this is something that I found that's interesting. So if you put this in there, the radio doesn't burn, which has an interesting implication to me. So either...
Rest assured that an independent panel of ethicists has absolved the Enrichment Center, Aperture Science employees, and all test subjects of any moral responsibility for the Companion Cube euthanizing process.
Huh, what are you doing today? Anyway, so what I found that's kind of interesting is that, you know, you can hear... I don't know if you can hear very well with the audio that I have, but you can hear the radio.
Has been a faithful companion. Your companion cube cannot accompany. You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.
Thank you. But anyways, what I'm saying is that you can hear it. You can hear the radio. So that leaves a couple of options. So it is a emergency intelligence incinerator. So there could be a really funny thing for this, which is that, like, I mean, you think it's just kind of the other thing where it's like, oh yeah, we're making a really long and funny name for something, which is kind of what this is. However, I think it's the funnier option is that whatever this is, it can only incinerate things that have intelligence, meaning that the radio isn't going to get burnt up, which is why you can still hear it. Now, really what this probably means, like, in actual game thing, is that it doesn't actually, you know, burn the thing. It's just a little receptacle. It keeps anything that is down there. But in-game, what it could potentially mean is that it only blows up things that have intelligence. It only incinerates things that have intelligence. This can mean two things. One, the companion cube is considered to have intelligence, and that is why it can be burnt up in the intelligence incinerator. Meanwhile, things like the radio aren't considered to have intelligence. Therefore, not being able to be blown up. So, like, they do have a lot of companion cubes, so this isn't like the companion cube is actually a live thing, but it could imply that if the companion cube doesn't have intelligence, maybe it didn't get incinerated. It could also imply that the companion cube does have intelligence, which is why it can get incinerated, and the radio doesn't, which is why it doesn't get incinerated. Because you'd think that the radio would, you know, burn up and die, right? But it doesn't. And obviously it's probably just kind of something that they didn't pick up when they were designing the thing.
Yeah, do you agree with this, Kat? Do you agree with this assessment?
Yeah. Anyway, it is just probably a mistake, and the companion cube is supposed to get blown up. But we do see the companion cube at the end. It could just be some random-ass companion cube, but, like, GLaDOS is a liar. She lies. So either this isn't, like, real, this is just meant to, like, do some crazy psychological bullshit to you, or this is kind of actually an intelligence incinerator, and that the companion cube either has intelligence or it doesn't. And if it doesn't have intelligence, then it did not get incinerated by this. But there's also a lot of things that implies that the companion cube at least had intelligence at one point, or it doesn't, which is why the theory that the companion cube is people exists, and I do kind of think that that might be what they're talking about. Because saying that, oh, the companion cube had food and ammo inside. Yeah, I could have food and ammo inside, but you can't get ammo anywhere else in the facility except for the turrets. So my whole thing is that maybe there is a body inside, and that body was full of bullets, because how else would you get ammunition in Aperture Science other than from the turrets? It's kind of it's somehow even worse.
Is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
I'll be baked and then there will be cake. Okay, good to know. But yeah, I feel like that does make it a slightly even more dark theory than it already was. Like, I feel like it is kind of slightly darker now, because, like, the idea of the companion cube is people, and taking it to its full side.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake. The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
So yeah, it does kind of make the companion cube theory dark. Yeah.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
Will be baked and then there will be cake. You see, you're not exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it does kind of make it quite a bit darker than just the companion cube is people, but also she just said that I'll be baked and then there will be cake, which is like not really beating the cannibalism allegations, but okay. But yeah, no, I do think. I mean, obviously most of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely a bit of a companion cube is people truther because it just makes sense with all of the stuff that's kind of going on with all the companion cube stuff. And also, she did just say that you will be baked and then there will be cake. So, you know, she's really, really, really not dissuading from the cannibalism allegations, honestly. I know I could be, like, putting portals on wherever the pellets are going, but honestly, this is just easier to do. My reaction time just is not good enough to be putting portals like that. Sad but true, it is an unfortunate fact of my reality.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Oh shit, I missed it. Well, at least the vital testing apparatus is destroyed, and that's what really matters in life, isn't it? And now they're all dead. They're all dead in the toxic waste, as they should be. As they should be. Yes! I did it. That one I also used to have, like, a harder time doing, for some reason. I just, like, I don't think I jumped quick enough, and so then I would keep landing in the death juice. I'm not gonna call it the raw sewage, we're just gonna call it death juice now, because why not? That's its name now. That is what it is. That's what it's called. That's what we're going to continue to call it in this household. Jump. Whee. Okay, now we're back. Now what we can do is we don't have to actually ride this all the way back.
Weighted storage cube destroyed. Please proceed to the Aperture Science Vital Apparatus vent for a replacement.
Well, I messed that up. Okay, that's good to know. Because in theory, you don't have to do that. In theory, you can just take the cube down there, but I guess I was a little bit too hasty. There we go. That works this time. That. And then we can just go through here. We can just go through here. And then we can go and press the button. And then we never have to worry about anything ever again to do with this test chamber. Never mind, the test chamber continues.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Oh, wait, I should do it the other way. Always try to shoot blue when I can. Sometimes orange is a bit more reaction time. Oh, I almost did it like all at once. It's awesome. This happens sometimes. Usually, like the first time I did that, it took me like as many of these spins as this is disorientation. I almost got all of them in one try. That is awesome. But I did get all of them in one try. Okay. Now, why do I keep missing it? Okay. Now I didn't miss it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Be advised that the next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions.
Okay.
For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center Electrical Safety Seminar.
So you say that there's all these like seminars and pamphlets and flyers and all these things that I should probably be aware of that are like some small print and paperwork and stuff. But then in practice
Welcome
you never
to the final test. When you are done,
I never actually
you will
get to
drop
go
the
to
device
these things.
in the Equipment Recovery Annex. Enrichment Center regulations require both hands to be empty before any cake.
I mean, fair. Wait. What? What? But this is how you... Okay, I'm like super confused all the time, because sometimes this works first try. Sometimes this works first try. Now I'm probably gonna get killed by this. Sometimes this works first try, and then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does this, and then sometimes it doesn't, and I don't... Okay, so I have never actually figured out how to solve that test. It just kind of happens sometimes, and now I actually understand how it works. I've never actually understood how it works before. And now I do. So, that's a little awkward there, honestly.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Okay, this one is also... Oh! Well, I've never had that one happen before. Oh, bad guy. Made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna get my
test is
cake.
now over.
I'm gonna get my
All
cake.
aperture technologies remain safely
I'm gonna get my...
operational up to 4,000
Wait.
degrees Kelvin.
That's not...
Rest assured that there is
That doesn't look like
absolutely
cake.
no chance of a dangerous equipment malfunction prior to your victory candidate.
That's not a cake.
Thank you for participating in this aperture science computer-aided
This isn't.
enrichment activity.
Guys.
Goodbye.
Guys, it's gonna be real for a second. Gonna be real. Gonna be completely real. I think... maybe. Just maybe. The cake might have been a
What
lie.
are you doing? Stop it. Yeah, please.
I'm-
That you made it through the final challenge.
Was my grief
where we
counseling a
pretended
lie
we were
too?
going to murder you. We are
Look.
very happy
All I
for your
wanted.
success.
All I wanted
We
was
are
cake.
throwing a party
Cake and
in
grief
honor
counseling, that's
of your tremendous
everything,
success.
everything I've ever wanted in my life.
Place the device on the ground, then lie
Everything
on your
I've ever
stomach
wanted.
with your arms at your sides. A party associate will arrive shortly to collect you for your party.
Well, see, now I can't believe you anymore.
Make no further attempt to leave the testing area.
See-
Assume the party escort submission position or you will miss the party.
See, now I just can't believe anything that you say anymore.
Hello,
Hi.
where are you? I
Um,
know you're there. I
um,
can feel you here.
well, right now I'm
Hello?
in a place, and there's some giant fans. There's also some lore over there, so you know there's that. So I'm in a place that has giant fans and lore. So you know, pretty similar to a Comic-Con actually. Right. Oh, a testing area. The impossible one that was supposed to not be able to be solved. And then this one where I definitely didn't mess up how I solve that test every time. I don't understand how these two are right next to each other, but they are. I mean, we have been riding a lot of elevators. It hasn't exactly been clear on whether they are up or down. So, you know, I think kind of important to recognize. Alright everyone, it's lore time. Time for lore. Dollars and cents competing with Black Mesa for Department of Defense and government-wide acquisition contracts. What is Black Mesa? 2.59% of all Department of Defense contracts, $10 billion in federal dollars annually, 12% from full and open competition, 88% from no bids or excluded source bids not bound by Government Performance and Results Act. These are the 5-year GSA schedules, with Black Mesa being proposed and awarded pretty much at the same rate, but Aperture's proposals is a lot bigger and awarded. So I'm guessing that that's company propaganda. We're like bad and underperforming and stuff because of the people that are not accepting or awarding us stuff. But you know, poor us, poor Aperture Science. We're just, you know, everybody's just so biased towards Black Mesa for some reason. And it's like, there probably is a reason, but you know, whatever. A case study genetic life form and disk operating system. Defense Logistics Agency solicits bids for development of fuel system icing inhibitor FSII. Black Mesa FSII proposal. Costly. Black Mesa personnel overpaid given limited skill set, ambition. Design inhibits ice, nothing more. You know, it's supposed to be an icing inhibitor, so. Also conveniently not saying what Black Mesa's proposal is. Aperture proposal. Less expensive. Bonus to DLA. Aperture FSII inhibits ice, but also a fully functioning disk operating system, arguably alive. So yeah, that's the lore. I mean, like, it is kind of interesting that it seems like there's a lot of that kind of doesn't make any sense. Like, first off, how the hell does GLaDOS inhibit ice? Is that why she has the deadly neurotoxin? Is so that she can inhibit ice? Why does Aperture have, you know, deadly neurotoxin? This feels like something that, you know, most scientific facilities shouldn't have. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good at escaping, honestly. I think I'm honestly doing pretty good in terms of escaping. Actually, I think I'm the best escaper. But yeah, it also kind of implies that there was just a different use for GLaDOS and that she was just there to inhibit ice on fuel systems for the government.
Okay, the test is over now.
You know, obviously that went really well.
Go back to the recovery annex for your cake. It was a fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
The test is over. Come back.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you are. Oh.
Somebody cut the cake. I told them to wait for you, but
they fucking what? They did what? Okay, you know what? Okay, the gloves are off. The gloves, I mean, I'm not even wearing gloves today, but like, you know, somebody cuts my cake, they're not getting away with that shit. You know, they're going to wish not only that they hadn't cut my cake, that they hadn't been born, but that they had never been born, because they had not felt a wrath such as my cake getting cut before I was there to actually eat it.
you're not even going the right way. Where do you think you're going?
That's a...
Because I don't think you're going where you think you're going.
Well, I actually have a pretty good idea of where I'm going, and that's to kill you for cutting my cake. Beans! Anyway, yeah, it's like, that's where I think I'm going. Honestly, that is where I believe to be going. Because this is not just, you know, this is personal now. This is honestly incredibly personal now. My cake was cut, and I am doubting that I am going to get grief counseling even.
Didn't we have some fun, though? Remember when the platform was sliding into the fire pit and I said goodbye, and you were like... And then I was off. We pretended we were going to murder you. That was great.
GLaDOS, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I was really only here for the cake and grief counseling, and now I highly doubt that I'm getting either. So honestly, I don't even know what I'm here for anymore. You know, it's like I don't know, you know, what I'm here for. I don't know why, you know, anything really anymore. Because I was just really looking forward to that cake. I was looking forward to that grief counseling.
You really shouldn't be here. This isn't safe for you.
I mean,
It's not too late for you to turn back.
arguably the tests weren't...
Just go back.
Oh, she's not angry, she's just disappointed. That's even worse. GLaDOS, do you not understand how that's even worse? But yeah, no, it is. It's personal now. It's personal. It is honestly so incredibly personal now. Oh. Okay.
Think about it. Someday we'll remember this and laugh, and laugh, and laugh.
I doubt it.
Well, you may as well come on back.
I mean, there is nothing funny about taking away a man's cake and grief counseling. Beans! I don't understand. What's amusing about that, GLaDOS? What's amusing? What's amusing about making me believe that not only was I going to get cake, but that I was going to get grief counseling as well? You know, I fail to see what is amusing. After this, GLaDOS, you're going to need cake and grief counseling, and you're not going to get any. You're not going to get any. You're not going to get any cake. You're not going to get any grief counseling. You're going to wish you had cake and grief counseling, but you're not going to get any. You're not going to get any. You're not going to, and you want to know why?
Good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here.
Okay, so
Can you hear me?
I mean, like, I might not be a good person necessarily, but I didn't lie. I didn't lie about giving someone cake and grief counseling. I didn't lie about that. That was you. If anything, you're the bad person here, because no matter what I might have done, you know, at least I didn't sink that low.
Who are you?
Like, that is a, you know, what you have done to me is an affront that I could never honestly have thought about committing to another person. You know? But yeah, no, you are going to need cake and grief counseling by the time.
It didn't have to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding now. Turn back, or I will kill you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kill you, and all the cake is gone. You don't even care, do you?
I'm sorry.
Your last chance.
I'm sorry. I must have heard you. I must have heard you incorrectly, GLaDOS. Did you just say that all the cake is gone? How are those computers even powered? Or did you just tell me that all of my cake by the way, is gone? You're telling me that all of my Black Forest cake that was modeled after a cake in a bakery that was like in Redmond or Bellevue or maybe Queen Anne, I don't really know. It's in one of those more expensive-y neighborhoods, I think. You're gonna tell me that cake that is mine, you're going to tell me that cake that is mine is now all gone? Okay, you know, forget killing me. That is a fate worse than death. You have gone far, far lower than you ever could have if you had killed me. You could have just killed me, that would be fine, I guess. I mean, it would suck, but you took away my cake. I am very unlikely to get grief counseling. You know, the only two things that I have wanted in my life, and I've wanted them, you know, together because I think it would be the perfect combination. And you're taking those things away from me? Oh, it is so on. It was on before because of, all of the, you know. I mean, it was on before because you cut the cake without me. But somehow, you made it even worse. Somehow you found a way. Somehow you found a way to make it even worse. And so now you are not just dead, GLaDOS, you are actually extra super double completely dead to me. For the affront that you have committed against me. I feel like this bit is good going on a bit too long, probably. But you know what? I just really want that cake, and I really want that grief counseling. Is it a bit anymore? I don't even know. It's a good question. I'm taking this cube with me, you know, as a consolation for all that has been done to me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, you know, all the things that have been done to me. You know, the cube that you made me murder, because it doesn't even matter anymore. Or maybe it didn't make me murder because, you know, maybe the emergency intelligence incinerator was a lie too. Maybe it wasn't just the cake. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can't trust you. You know, how am I meant to trust you after this? You know, how am I meant to trust? You know, you just can't. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shit! Fuck! Shit! Damn it! They might feel feelings, but I don't really care. There's one guy left. Oh, damn it.
Who are you?
Bye. You know, who am I? That is a good question. My name is Reeve. I have this, this consolation cube, as I'm calling it. It is consolation to me. For my incredible sadness. You know, for my incredible sadness. For my incredible sadness at having murdered the companion cube, the only thing that ever cared about me and would, you know, never lie to me. You know, the only thing in my life that made things worth living. But yeah, you know. So I guess I'm just carrying around a cube with me now. Ugh! So yeah, I am just kind of carrying around a cube with me now. This is my life. Alright. Now you might be wondering, Reeve, you're not carrying the cube with you. Well, what if I told you? What if I told you that actually I had planned for this eventuality? See? Super, super easy. Very little stress. Okay, there's a lot of high voltage signs and signs that say I probably shouldn't be in this area. But to areas that say that I shouldn't be in them, I usually am like, you know what, I should actually go into that area. No, that's just the same lore. I feel like they should have just had the lore here. Like, I don't feel like they needed the lore in the other places. They were just gonna have the lore over here too. I feel like it would be more appropriate to have the lore over there. Stay safe, my consolation cube. Stay safe. I'm gonna go kill someone over cake now. Cake and grief counseling. People always forget the grief counseling when they're talking about the cake memes. I think that that is something they shouldn't do.
Well,
oh,
you
hello.
found me. Congratulations.
Yes, I did.
Was it worth it?
Mhm.
Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far
Violence
is my
with a
heart.
knife.
Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day.
No.
I guess we both know that isn't going
I need to break.
happen.
I need
You
to
chose
break
this
all your
path. Now I
bones.
have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4.
I need
Hold up for a
to. I need to
second.
break
That
all your
wasn't
bones
supposed to
down
happen.
because of
Do you see that
cake.
thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later. By myself. Because you'll be dead. Where are you taking that thing?
Wherever I want.
I wouldn't bother with that thing. My guess is that touching it will just make your life even worse. You're kidding me.
Nope.
Did you just set that aperture science thing, we don't know what it does, into an aperture science emergency intelligence incinerator?
Yeah, that's
That has
exactly
got
what
to
I
be the
did,
dumbest
actually.
thing that- Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cow. Oh. I fucked up.
I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did.
Guys, I think I fucked up.
It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin.
With the
to
deadly
make me
neurotoxin.
stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the neurotoxin emitters. Huh. That core may have had some ancillary responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me. Alright. Keep doing whatever it is you think you're doing.
Alright.
Killing you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive.
I mean,
The
true.
rocket really is the way to go.
Not that the rocket is the way to go, but that, you know, killing me and giving me good advice.
Important to me. It's the fluid
What's wrong with my
agent
legs?
cracking unit. It made shoes for orphans.
Well, now you're dead. Anyway,
You think you're doing some damage?
I mean, it looks like I'm doing some damage, honestly.
In base 4, I'm fine.
Pretty sure that is how base 4 works, so she probably is fine.
About your behavior. Well, you've managed to destroy that part of me. Unfortunately, as much as I into your head any faster. I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed. There was even going to be a party for you. A big
Party?
party. All your friends were invited to. I invited your best friend, the companion cube. Of course, he couldn't come because you murdered him.
Okay,
All your
allegedly
other
murdered.
friends couldn't
Allegedly
come
murdered.
because you don't have any other friends.
Okay, well that's just not true.
Unlikable you are.
Those
It says
are
so right here in your personnel
those
file.
are just two things that aren't that true.
Liked by no one.
I do.
Bitter, unlikable
I have
loner,
friends.
shall not be mourned, shall not be mourned.
Okay, so these things are
That's
also just
exactly what it says.
these are things that are just not true about me.
Very
I don't care how
official.
formal
It
and
also
official it
says
is.
You were adopted, so that's funny too.
Okay, so that last one actually is true. So, you know, I can't actually deny that last one. That last one is actually correct.
I'm kidding.
When I said deadly neurotoxin, the deadly.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I could take a bath in this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
put it on cereal, rub it right into my arms.
Deadly neurotoxin cereal sounds like it would go pretty hard, actually.
I'm going to find its deadliness a lot less funny.
I'm sure I am.
Who's gonna make the cake when I'm gone? You.
I mean, that guy could probably.
You're wasting your time. And believe me, you don't have a whole lot left to waste. What's your point anyway? Survival. Well then, the last thing you want to do is hurt me. I'll
Yeah.
have your brain scanned and permanently backed up in case something terrible happens to you. Which it's just about to.
Oh, it is?
Don't believe me? Here, I'll put you on. That's you. That's how dumb you
I
sound.
don't think that sounds like me,
Every
honestly.
single thing you've ever done,
Oh.
including this thing. You're not smart. You're not a scientist. You're not a doctor. You're not even a full-time employee.
Okay, one of those things is not
Where
true.
did your life go so long?
I mean, I could get you an itemized list, probably.
Things have changed since the last time you left the building. What's going on?
Yeah.
Capacity for knowledge.
And even I'm not sure what's going on outside.
I mean, you could probably just play Half-Life. Yep. Die like an adult. Okay. Yep. Well, I'm dead. I've gone towards the light. Except, guys, plot twist, like my death. Oop? Flaming poop. I mean, I'm in a parking lot, so the death was a lie, just like the cake. So, why are you German? Oh no! No, I'm getting pulled back into the depths. Oh no! Oh no! No, I'm not in a parking lot anymore. No! The bowels of the facility. Guys, we're straight bowling here. I mean, I can't really do anything straight because I'm not. But we be straight bowling. We in the bowels of the facility. I mean, we could be gay bowling or bi bowling or something. Or oh my gosh, that is halospheres. Those are lots of them. Those are lots of them. My cake. My cake. My companion cube, or one of them. It could just be a lie. It could just be a different companion cube. I don't know how many they have there. A lot apparently, but you know, my cake is there. So I was lied to. I was lied to so badly. So, that was Portal. I couldn't have my thoughts during the end credits scene because if I were to do that, it would get copyrighted, and even though I'm not monetized or anything, would prefer not to have any of those nasty little copyright things. So I'm just gonna put my thoughts here. This is kind of something that I've thought about, like writing like a video essay about, is kind of the tone of Portal 1 and Portal 2, because I do think the tones of both things are quite different, but I think in very good ways. I think they both serve the game. I think Portal, the first one, feels creepy almost. The first one, I think it's like the ambiance. There's just, I think, some darker implications of things. Again, like the idea of a bullet-riddled corpse being in the companion cube and that being the food and ammo that is mentioned in that message. Or like just there's, you know, stains on the floor that, you know, could be blood or some kind of miscellaneous fluid. There's something about Aperture Facility in this game that feels almost dead compared to the first one, which I think is interesting because you'd think that the next one would feel more dead, but it's probably because, you know, first off in this game, GLaDOS is a lot more sterile and, you know, there's something that's so much more sterile about the environment. It's interesting. Maybe I'll work on a video essay about it. But yeah, this is something that I, you know, like doing, even though I have not really recorded in a hot minute, so my running commentary is not as good as it probably used to be. If you want to support me, you could subscribe to my Patreon or buy me a coffee, and those all really help me to make, you know, the amazing content that I am sure this is. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week for BioShock. We're finally going to be starting BioShock. There's a whole story with that. We'll talk about it later. But, you know, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And be the freedom, and bye.